All right.
All right. Hey, guys, this is Deena Kilmon with Laura Degler. She's our Assistant Director of Workforce Development here at the Arc Central Chesapeake. This is Cup of Caring on November 6th or October 6th. Laura, can you introduce yourself and tell us who you are?
Hi, my name is Laura Degler. I am the Assistant Director of Workforce Development for the Arc Central Chesapeake Region. And I work with adults with disabilities in finding the job that they want and maintaining employment.
Awesome. How long have you done this job?
So I've been with the ARC for about 4 years. I started as a direct support staff. So I've been in this job probably about 2 years.
Great. Can you give us a few tips for our parents who are, have that child that's maybe in high school or maybe junior high, and they're looking for some tips on how to get their student prepared for what happens after high school?
Absolutely. So we do work a lot with high school age students in Project Search and other work-based learning experiences. And we find that some of those students are doing really well, and those students have been given some kind of responsibility in their childhood, basic chores, teaching your child that they are capable. It's just about finding the right spot. So even if your son or daughter cannot verbalize, they can't do the cash register, there are many other jobs that are available. They just need to know that, they are capable. They can do this. They can work for a living, but they need to be taught some kind of responsibility and work ethic.
Absolutely. What do you think about them learning a couple things I looked up? What about management, money management, time management? How do those skills play into it?
Well, it's the key to keeping your job, So
Right.
you need to have some kind of time management, and maybe you can't tell time. So you set a digital alarm, maybe you have a phone that you can be taught how to set an alarm clock or a timer. So you know when to come back, when to punch in for work, when to come back from your break on time. And money management, there needs to be a reason to work, and without
Right.
knowledge of a paycheck and what that paycheck can buy for you, or then why do you work? You're not just going to get up every day at 5 o'clock in the morning and go somewhere and get nothing out of it. So maybe, if your son or daughter does chores, maybe you tell them what an allowance is. And okay, so if you want to buy a hot dog at the grocery store, how much money is that? How much work do you have to do to earn that much money?
Right.
It needs to mean something.
Right. And I know one of the other key components you've talked about in the past is transportation.
Mm-hmm.
What do they need to know about transportation?
So that, you have to get to and from work. All of us have to do it. We have to figure out a way. If you don't have a license, then we can help, figure out what means of transportation there are. But, maybe you live close to your work, which is what most of us should be doing, so it's affordable to get to and from there. But maybe you can ride your bike, or you can walk, or you have a neighbor that works in the area, or you use Uber or Lyft, public bus system, taxi vouchers, mobility. There are many options, but when looking for employment, you kind of need to find out first what options are available.
And practicing. It sounds like a lot of this is practice before the student gets out of high school, that they've been practicing some of these skills. And once they get into the TY area and start thinking about coming into the workforce, you do have Project Search in Anne Arundel County. So can you explain that a teeny bit for me?
Sure. So Project Search is a program that is national. Actually, it's in several places in the world. But in Anne Arundel County, we have 2 Project Search sites. One's at Anne Arundel Medical Center and one's at the Hilton at BWI Airport. So every year they take a group of students from Anne Arundel County Public Schools, and it's a whole entire academic school year. So it starts in early September and ends in mid-June. There's a lot of classroom work where we go over work ethic and punctuality and money management and all of the things that Deena just mentioned before. And then once the first month or two are over, we start doing work-based learning experiences. So internships throughout those different sites.
Okay. And that's called Weeble. We've heard it referred to as Weeble, work-based learning experiences. If the parents hear that term, or PREA, which is pre-employment transition
service. Yep.
Right. So if you hear PREAs or Weebles, those are the things that we're talking about with these internships in the schools, right? Any other? Go ahead.
Well, the whole goal of Project Search is for all of those interns to graduate with paid community-based employment. Right. We've had really great success with that.
Fantastic. Is there any other advice? We're coming up on a few minutes out. So is there any other advice you have for parents?
Well, definitely know what the options are. You know, DOORS is a great resource. You know, we take a lot of referrals to help people with these Weebles and PREAs to help get young people employed.
And the DOORS is Department of Rehabilitative Services for parents.
Yes.
I'm familiar with that term too. Well, awesome. Well, thank you, Laura. I really appreciate your time. And I'm gonna make sure we write this up and keep this video recording for parents to share later. And we'll see you at 6 p.m. tonight to discuss a few more points of workforce readiness.
Great, Deena. Thank you.